Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and this is going to be a part of my 31 days of horror movie reviews. And I just got back from the theaters after seeing Antlers. Antlers is a 2021 film that I believe was originally supposed to come out in 2020. You know the story, you know how that goes. And it is produced by Guillermo del Toro, and it's directed by Scott Cooper. And the plot is that we see this small town where a bunch of fucked up shit happens. This one kid, Lucas, who I'm not going to go into what happened with his parents or his family, but he is having to take care of this beast, this creature. I can't even really begin to describe what in the actual fuck this thing is. But Lucas keeps it locked in this room, and he brings home, dead animals and just carcasses for it to feed on to try to keep it at bay. But of course, this is only going to go on for so long before this thing gets out there. Lucas's teacher, played by Carrie Russell, is obviously aware that something is up with Lucas, and she not only tries to help him, but then her and her brother try to deal with this thing. Now, what I thought of Antlers was, I actually really enjoyed this film. I did, and I'm a little surprised to say that because, well, I don't want to say that I go to the theaters to see a movie expecting it to be bad. I guess it's just I don't build up expectation, especially for horror movies, random horror movies, because I've been burned too many times, because I've been disappointed too many times, because I've gone to the theater actually looking forward to any number of horror movies and being like, wow, that sucked, that was terrible. And so with this one, I just said, well, let's just see how this goes. I think that the attention to the characters and their stories and their backstories and their relationships with each other and the acting is by far better than what you usually get in a typical horror movie. It is rare nowadays to get actors who are capable and who can handle this material and who can well-roundedly do everything that they need to do. For example, Carrie Russell's great. She is, obviously. I mean, she's been around for years, decades, and so it's not too surprising. I like the fact that not only was she a teacher who is trying to help a student that clearly is in trouble, but she too had her own history and things that happened to her in the past that I guess you could say makes her damaged. I don't want to label, but she has some stuff that she's working through. Her brother is also the sheriff of the town, played by Jesse Plemons, and this guy's great. I see him in so many things popping up here and there. But this kid, Lucas, the kid who is very much disturbed, I mean, I hope this kid grows up to have a somewhat normal, or at least, well, if he's still acting, a somewhat straight edge type lifestyle, because seeing him here, he played this fucked up, issues and just so much going on. He played that too well. He did. I'm not going to get into as far as like I said, what happened to his parents, where is his family, and why he's the one taking care of this beast, why this beast isn't eating him. There is something to that. I had so many questions at the beginning of this movie, like logic stuff, going like, well, how does this happen? Or why is this going on? Or how does this make sense? And then they practically answered everything. Like, this film cared a lot more about certain things that most horror movies figure that we're not going to ask these questions, or figure that we don't care enough about these little things. I was impressed with all that. Like I said, I liked the characters. I actually cared about them and what happened to all of them. Sure, there's some cliche things as far as characters doing dumb things, like one character in particular who goes to check on the well-being of this kid and goes to the house, and the house smells like shit. None of the lights work, but they continue to explore and look around the house like, oh, maybe calling out. I'm like, really? I think Carrie Russell is the only person who, when she went to the house and she like saw that something was wrong, she got the fuck out of there. She didn't even go into the house. She said, "Nope, I ain't doing it." But other than that, everybody else just seemed to be really dumb and cliched. And of course, in order to tell you the backstory of this beast, of this monster that's apparently been around forever, you have to have a Native American character who knows all, keeps to himself, and there you go. Nobody believes him. It's the same Native American who was in the Twilight movies. So if anybody remembers that guy, I just saw him and I was like, of course you're the guy who knows what's up. So yeah, I don't want to give any more away. I enjoyed the film. I did. I thought the beast, the monster, looked great. They did a good job of keeping him in the shadows. And then when they revealed him, it was like, holy shit, you guys saved the whatever budget this is, saved the money for that reveal. The creature was very haunting and disturbing to look at. And there was some good death scenes, some good gore scenes, people being tore up, ripped apart, eaten. When I talk about the characters having a lot of depth to them and a lot of attention to them, other people might find that boring, or other people might want more creature-like stuff. And okay, fine, maybe that's your deal, but I'm satisfied. I'm completely satisfied. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you too saw Antlers or if you're interested in seeing it. What do you think? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Souls taken over by a devilish path. You got me walking on broken glass. Kicking down the door with a Jason mask. With a dead dumb machete, but you motherfuckers know it's heavy. Anytime you're ready, you can get you with a Bowie. Setting up to blow me, but the bitch don't know me. Who's going? I'm going. You know, I know that the man in the mirror is my next rival. Time goes and I never thought I'd live it so fast. Staring at the world from the end of my glass. Turned into a dark place, severed my brain. I'd have dropped out of class, but I made you.